Hey, Dan Dahl here. Dude, you are going to be glad you clicked on this video. I'm going to show you the difference between the Ethereum blockchain and the Solana blockchain in regard to investing in NFTs. Both have their strengths and weaknesses. You're going to want to subscribe to this channel because in the next couple days I'm going to put out another video that is going to provide a solution to a problem that I've seen. That problem is you love NFTs, but you don't have the time to research all the projects, or you don't have the money to lose while you're going through the learning process, because I mean, it's speculative. You will lose money when you first start out investing in NFTs. I'm going to show you the cryptocurrencies or tokens that should grow along with the NFT craze. All right, we're going to get into Ethereum and Solana, but first I'm going to show you a quick clip of my dog named Banana.
Do you want to research some NFTs?
Alright, so let's start with the Ethereum blockchain. It's the oldest and the best known, and that usually means that it's got the biggest marketplaces for NFTs. One of the problems is that it's very slow, 13 transactions per second. And that can really mess you up if you're trying to flip NFTs for rare traits and things like that. And then there's the gas fees, and that's like a tax to use the blockchain. These gas fees are very high, between 50 and 500 bucks, and they go way higher than that, but you can expect for every transaction to pay between $50 and $500. And to get around that a little bit, the best time is early in the morning between 1 and 3 a.m. UTC, or late at night between 9 and 11 p.m. UTC. So if you want to know the time UTC, you can just, what I do is I go on my phone and click on the clock app and go to the world clock, and you can add the time UTC on there, and it helps a lot. So the Ethereum blockchain, because it's the oldest and best known, and it's got the biggest marketplaces, and the gas fees are so high, the investor mindset for NFTs is actually pretty good. Because, well, you'll see when you go to mint NFTs or buy them on the secondary market, you'll notice that they don't paper hand. So you've heard the expression diamond hands. That means you hold on for dear life or hodl. And paper hand means that you buy and then you can't afford what you have purchased, so you need to get rid of it. And I'll talk a little bit more about that on the Solana part. But great investor mindset, or at least a better investor mindset on the Ethereum blockchain. So let's go into the Solana blockchain. Now, it's newer and less well known, and that usually means there's less projects and smaller marketplaces. And the good thing about Solana is it is crazy fast. Remember I said 13 transactions per second on Ethereum? Well, Solana has 50,000 transactions per second. And you will notice when you do NFT purchases and selling and transactions on Ethereum, you can definitely, when you get on Solana, you'll definitely see the difference. And the gas fees for Solana are very low. We're talking about pennies. You might pay 5 cents to 15 cents per transaction. Now, the problem with Solana is investors tend to, not all projects, but what I've seen is investors tend to have kind of a broke mindset. And one example would be, if you mint a Solana NFT that, let's say it costs 2 Solana, and right now 2 Solana is probably about 400 bucks, between $400 and $450. And if you have broke-minded investors or people that just don't have that much money, they might mint one NFT and they have to paper hand because they see the next day or after the reveal the price starts to dip on the floor price on the secondary markets. And let's say it goes down to 1.8 Solana, and they're like, oh crap, I need to get rid of this because it's just going to keep going down, so I need to get rid of it at 1.7 Solana just so they don't lose that much money, and then that makes the whole floor crash. Pretty soon it's 1.6 and then 1.5 and then and great Solana projects that have long-term potential, if people would just diamond hand and wait. I mean, a lot of great projects have crashed because of paper handing. So that's one bad thing about Solana. And you might even look for Solana projects that start minting at 2 or 3 or 4 Solana. So you just have to watch out for that. And I talk about in other videos the research that you need to do and how to stay away from the smaller projects that probably aren't going to go anywhere, because I mean, that's why I say this isn't financial advice. NFTs are very volatile. 99% of projects are probably going to go to zero, and you're going to be left with a cool looking JPEG. And that's why the art is pretty important on these. And again, too many low quality projects. But another good thing about Solana is because of the gas fees, and they're so small, and the fast speeds, it's very forgiving of mistakes, because you are going to make mistakes during this learning process. And I've made a bunch of them, and I'm about to show you one of those mistakes here in a little bit. But the learning process, you're going to make mistake after mistake after mistake. And what I've seen is usually you'll get into 4 or 5 projects, and then one of those 4 or 5 goes, 2x, 3x, 5x. And that's why you want to do research. All right, so here's a mistake that I made on the Ethereum blockchain. So this is Opensea, and that's the biggest NFT marketplace for Ethereum NFTs. So I heard about this Pudgy Ape Fridge Club on Twitter, and I just, before I did any research, I went straight to see if the art was cool, and if there might be any kind of rare traits. So what I did, I just started looking through these. Okay, these are cool, and I like the little eyeballs, and a lot of times the derivatives of apes a lot of times will do pretty well, but I was just looking for a quick flip. So I started looking into rare traits. So what you want to do is you go over here on the left and start looking through backgrounds, and just long tours. I have another video on sniping for rare traits, but long story short, I found a rare one that said here it had what did it have? It had VR glasses. So only 13 out of however many are up here, 2.6 thousand, 2,600. Only 13 have these VR glasses, and I noticed that in the regular low to high, that's the floor price. The floor price yesterday when I bought this, the floor price was 0.03, and I was looking through and I found a one with VR glasses at 0.032. So it was barely over the floor price, but it was quite rare. So I clicked on VR because I was looking at the features, and I saw the VR was very rare, and this is actually a new listing, but this was the only listing yesterday with VR glasses, and it was 1 ETH, and I saw this thing for 0.032 ETH, and I thought, okay, well, most of the ones with VR glasses are not even for sale. So I thought, oh, okay, I've got a rare one. It's only 0.032 ETH. I'm jumping on this thing. And I didn't pay attention to how much the gas fees were going to be. I didn't do any research on the founders of this project or anything. I just saw VR glasses. The lowest price one is 1 ETH. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to do a quick flip. I'm going to buy it for 0.032 ETH. And then I'm going to relist it for 0.99 ETH and make some money. Or I could do an auction and make the reserve price 1 ETH and the starting price 0.19 ETH, because that covers the gas fees and all that. So it turned out that the gas fees at that time, it was the middle of the afternoon, the gas fees cost me $400. So I bought it at .032, which was like 150 bucks or something like that. But the gas fees cost me an extra $400. And once I bought it, I tried to put it on auction. And because Ethereum is very slow, I tried to put it up on auction, and it just kept going round and round, and it was trying to verify the transaction, and that transaction actually failed. So I lost the extra because so I paid $400 to buy it, plus the .032 Ethereum, and then I tried to relist it, and that relisting fee, the gas fee, was like $300. So that auction did not go through. So I lost the $300 in gas. So here I am down almost $800 on this rare trait, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this is fine, but the problem is, if I had researched it, I would have seen, for one thing, that there's not that many owners, and it's not that highly traded. So if you click on activity here, what you want to do is, if you're going to flip, especially if you're going to flip, you want to look for projects that have several purchases and sales per minute. And this one does not have that. I mean, I'm not saying this is a bad project. It might grow, but I aped into it without doing my research because I saw a rare trait and I thought I was going to do well with it, but it didn't work out. So hopefully, this project will go up, and it can. I'm not saying this is a bad project, but because I didn't do my research, and I didn't look at the website, I didn't look at the Discord, I didn't look at how fast it was growing, just like I talk about in my research video, how to do research step by step. I did not follow that because I FOMO'd in because I saw a rare trait that was really cheap. And I mean, that was a great deal. I mean, a trait that only 13 apes have out of 2.6 thousand. And I thought I could resell it for just under 1 ETH, but I failed to do my research and didn't figure out that these apes are not moving very fast. So I'm probably going to be stuck with, you can see the ape I'm talking about if you go to my Twitter account, Danny D. Dahl, and it's in my profile picture as an example to everyone to make sure you do your research. So that was a pretty big mistake I made, but hopefully this helps so that you don't make the same mistakes. And the nice thing about the Solana NFT network, it's much more forgiving, because if I had done this same thing, I mean, .02 Solana is like 20 bucks or something, and the gas fees would not have been $400 or $500 for the purchase and then the relisting. It would have been pennies. So Solana is much more forgiving when you're learning during this learning curve. So again, watch for my next video. Subscribe to this channel so you can watch the next video about coins and how to invest without going through all the research, and if you don't have the time or money to be researching the NFT collections. So I will talk to you on the next video.